The three main reasons why you should consider a diet break and why is it important to incorporate into your program. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of our Free and Fit podcast with me, your host Martina. Today we're talking about a topic called diet break, and you're probably thinking, maybe some of you are listening and thinking like, oh my god, what is she even talking about? What is a diet break? So you're in the right place, because after listening to this episode you might find like, oh my god, I was doing this completely wrong. So I'm going to explain what diet break is. So it is essentially a structured pause from a calorie restricted eating plan. So if you're in a calorie deficit trying to lose weight, that is what applies to you. Whether you are trying to lose weight long term or you've been in a calorie deficit for a while, instead of continually cutting your calories, you pretty much allow yourself to eat at maintenance calories or even slightly above for a set period. Typically, it's like a week or two. This concept helps you recharge physically, mentally, and it's essentially useful if you've been in a calorie deficit for a long time. Now, we do have types of diet breaks, and I want to break down all the benefits of each one. So the diet breaks that we have, the first one is a maintenance diet break. This is where you eat your calorie maintenance, or you eat your calories at your maintenance level, essentially the number of calories that is required to maintain your current weight. So you should know this number. This break helps you to prevent a metabolic slowdown and gives you a mental break. And like I said, typically it could be longer, but it could be typically like a week or two. Type number 2 is a structured refeed. A refeed is a short, intentional increase in calories. Typically, you're focusing on increasing your carbs, and this is usually done for like 1 or 2 days, and it can be super good for boosting your energy and overall performance at the gym, especially if you're someone who is like training hardcore. Like when I was competing, I would have refeeds once in a while, especially when my energy started like dropping, my digestion was off, I felt really tired, I felt exhausted, I felt like at the gym I just wasn't performing well. So my coach would give me like a 1 or 2 days of refeed, and that means that he would say, hey, like eat extra 100 grams of carbs for the next 2 days. And let me tell you that has always felt so good, and I always felt so much better the next day. My workout would improve, and I just overall felt like recharged. So here are the reasons, the three main reasons why you should consider a diet break and why is it important to incorporate into your program. Like I said, if you've been in the long calorie restrictions for a long time, diet break might not help, because if you've been like cutting your calories or eating 1,200 calories for freaking 5 years or more than that, then you need a reverse diet. Diet breaks really not going to do anything. But if you're like on a structured plan and you're probably like hitting like 6th, 7th, 8th, maybe 10th week of fat loss, and you're starting noticing these changes in your biofeedback, like feeling tired, exhausted, your performance at the gym is dropping, things like that, then it's probably a sign that your body is like, okay, give me a little bit of break. So then that's where you can incorporate like a week or two of eating at your maintenance calories. But back to the reason number 1, that is the metabolic health that I want to talk about. So as you guys stick to a low calorie diet for a long period of time, your body starts to adapt to this new intake, almost like a survival mechanism. This is known as a metabolic adaptation. And when your body senses low energy availability, so there's not enough food coming in, it starts slowing down your metabolism and tries to conserve as much energy as possible. And this is really where a diet break comes in handy. By increasing your calorie intake, where even when, it's temporary, like I said, it could be just for like a week or two, you can help reset your metabolism. This reset allows you to restore your hormones levels like leptin, ghrelin, thyroid hormones, which play such a huge role in your hunger regulation, your energy expenditure, and metabolism. And then when you return to your calorie deficit after the diet break, your body is primed to lose weight more efficiently. The reason number 2 is for mental refresh. You guys, I don't know about you, okay? But dieting and staying in a calorie deficit can be so exhausting. And the longer you diet, the more deprived you feel. And eventually you might start dealing with intense cravings, fatigue, and possibly even experience like some binge eating. So taking diet break helps you feel overall more satisfied, right? And this is so important. And I do believe that one of the reasons also why diet breaks are super important is because you develop a better relationship with food. Because imagine, maybe you're listening to this and like, yeah, this is exactly how I feel. I feel always tired. I feel always sluggish. I feel always easily irritated. I keep constantly thinking about food and I just feel deprived. Well, that's a huge sign that your body is pretty much telling you, feed me, right? So do a diet break at least for like a week or 2. And the reason is also to protect your lean mass, your muscles. Now, when you find or when you diet for a long time and you're staying below your maintenance for a few weeks, months, there is a risk that along with fat loss, you may lose muscle. And we don't want that, right? Because muscle is metabolically active, meaning that more muscle you have, the more calories you burn throughout the day, even at rest. And increasing your calories during the diet break will help you to maintain your lean mass. And also remember that protein is a main building block for your muscle, and it's important to keep your protein intake high. When you meet higher protein levels while in a slight calorie deficit, it will also help you to preserve muscle mass and can help with muscle protein synthesis, but it really depends on individual. But like I said, preserving your muscle is super important, not just for aesthetics, but for overall health, strength, and keeping your metabolic rate efficient. So, to wrap this up, you guys, diet breaks will and can provide you with so many benefits, like you heard it, right? Including increasing your metabolism, helping you to maintain your muscle, and just giving you the much needed mental break. But I'm gonna say that one of the biggest struggles that a lot of people face when it comes to like incorporated diet break is that they feel like, if I take a break from my deficit for like a week or 2, I'm slowing down my progress. But the opposite is true, because if you're not going to incorporate these breaks into your structured plan, you're going to be burning out. You're going to feel exhausted. You're just not going to have a good time dieting. You're going to feel restricted. You're going to struggle with cravings. You might end up binge eat, and it is not worth it. It could be really prevented if you just incorporate those diet breaks into your program. And like I said, long-term diet breaks will actually benefit you and help you to get better results. So I hope this was helpful, guys. I hope that you've learned something new, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye.